I remember where I'm at now. Hey, Michaela! Wow, you were quick on this one. That's what she said, by the way. How are you doing today?
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Like 5 minutes past you? Basically at the same spot. So I have the rest of tonight to try to be further than you by the time you're done streaming on Sunday, I think. Why you gotta be like that? We were just gonna transfer them.
What happened here?
Imperials. You'll pay for this.
I actually don't. I've already forgotten how to play.
What are you doing here? Answer me. That's enough. Remember our orders? No survivors.
Who would order such a thing?
Oh. Haha. I know how to play this game. Or at least I'm remembering. Oh, that's right, I got a limit break. I totally forgot about that. So what happens? So what happens when you don't play for a while? Okay, sorry. I'm doing alright. It was a semi-slow day at work today. But I have a lot of new stuff to bring to the swap meet on Saturday. It's gonna be tough though. I have a lot of stuff, but I have a small table since I didn't get to confirm right away that I would be getting a table. So like by the time I asked again, he had like one small table left. Why? Is it because... Oh, okay. Alright. Is it because there's an event going on right now? I totally missed that.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die...
Kill all the ducal dogs!
Oh, no, that's the stores.
We're innocent people!
Maybe I should... Might as well, right? Oh, no. Steve was saying, like, oh, did you pick that up just for yourself? I'm like, no, I would only do that to sell it. But it's tough to sell systems sometimes, though. It's cool collectors and all, or collector's edition stuff. But, like, it's... Final Fantasy also isn't something that people, like, drop a lot of money at once with. Dang it, I gotta pay more attention. I mean, Final Fantasy 16 is popular right now, so I was saying that to Rudy. I was like, oh, it probably would sell though, because Final Fantasy 16 is so popular that people might be going to pick up, you know, Final Fantasy memorabilia. I wouldn't want that though. Oh yeah, no, that came into the store. It's one of our regulars. He works at TikTok, actually. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But otherwise, it tends to be tough to sell sometimes. Like, Pokemon's more easy to sell than Final Fantasy. Ah.
Put them all to the sword, bearer or no.
I mean, if they actually chased him just to bring him back because he's a quote-unquote bearer, like, for people who, like, or, yeah, for the fact that they really don't think highly of bearers, that's a lot of trouble. Ooh, look, oh, that's so cool to do that. I just thought about doing that too.
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annibella's command!
My mother ordered this. Why?
Clive,
I know.
I mean, it's basically like talking like almost slavery and racism type of deal. Which is funny, I was talking to my friend Mashari about it. About how people might react to if they did like a slavery type story to this, which it almost seems like they pretty much are. And funnily enough, it was kind of a different subject. But yeah, oh. But yeah, like, the fact that they think of them as like nothing and just like objects to be used, if they're actually here just because of, you know, Clive being a bearer and the people quote unquote sheltered him, that's a lot of trouble for, you know, people that you think so lowly of that you're throwing them away. I just realized I used the wrong thing. Yeah, I totally used the wrong thing. Ow. Ah! I'm like forgetting my buttons. Sorry, I see what you said here. Yeah, I'm almost getting my ass kicked. You see my health, like, being terrible. Good thing I get my health back now. Thank God for the level up. Anything new? Nope. Normal stuff. Thank you. Yeah, it's so interesting. Bears, you know, have to have like magic and stuff, so it makes you wonder why they don't fight back at all. I'm sure there's more to the story with that. Oh, I have this new coffee. It's one of those like promotional ones I got for free because someone referred it type of deal. And I wanted to try it with milk, but I have no milk, of course. So I just did it with water. And of course, it's quite bitter. I definitely taste the flavors they talk about, though. It's like this one is marshmallow and like dark cherry.
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah. You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
We're too late. Gav. Clive. Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew East Pool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Oh, they gathered all the bodies quick.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
Hey, Keel, what's going on, man? I've been good. Had a busy day, but I have a lot to do tomorrow, actually. And I gotta pack up to sell a whole bunch of stuff at Swap on Sunday. I was just telling Michaela. Like, I have a lot of new stuff that I don't even know how to set it all up. And he's allowing me to bring an extra table. I'm like, how will I still set it up, though? Because I have a small table and I have the stuff in the back, and I have way too much new stuff. I don't know how to set everything up to sell things. I'm starting to think now I might not sell as much as I hope with that setup. Yeah. So yeah, basically though, what I'm getting, it really does seem like his mom, Annabella, hates him for the fact that he actually is technically a bearer. He just happens to be born noble. That's what it seems like to me. And then I have other theories too now about who sent the head to Kupka. I don't remember what his first name was. Anyways.
Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
But do we have side quests to do? Because that's kind of important too. I don't see any side quests.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Although I don't know actually whether it says on the map.
Was it?
You're gonna AX? Dang, man. Fancy. Changing the tune. Background music played in the hideaway can be changed by accessing the orchestrion. The track list is expanded using orchestrion tools acquired from the main scenario quests, shops, or treasure coffers. I'll leave the music as is right now. I'm trying to remember, I feel like there was someone I knew that would be there, and I can't remember who it was. As like a guest. Not new, but you know, like acquainted with. Then Europe next. You're going to Europe too? Oh, you're helping with the booth. Yeah, I understand that actually.
You're alright! I thought you might be. Oh.
Dang, UK, Norway, and Sweden. Your friend must be an international vendor or exhibitor, huh?
Wanted to send a message.
What happened? Is everything alright?
My research could continue.
In like the past 2 weeks, I got like, as much as I didn't want to spend the money, I kept getting deals my way. So I spent like, I think $900 worth of, or $900 to get a few lots of different stuff. But it's a lot of stuff, and it was really good deals. Oh, Europe trip is with your wife. Second honeymoon. That is cool. My next international trip will be Japan. I've been using Duolingo to learn crap.
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
I've been doing terrible with it.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do. Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Author. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today.
I knew it.
We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows, land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. Alright, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Man, if there's one thing I don't like about this game is the fact that it reveals a plot twist before I can talk about it. I totally was gonna say that too. Like, I was like, what if they never talked about what's the cause of the blight, and I'm like, what if it's the mother crystals? And yeah, I think, obviously, here's the thing about storylines though that reveal like a plot twist that early is that there's obviously more to it than that. Sorry, I didn't get to respond to people. I don't talk when cutscenes are going on, so I know I missed Keo leaving. Thanks for stopping by, Keo. Have a good night. And I didn't get to see all the message, but Michaela, thank you for giving everybody a shout out. I know Keo's not here anymore, but I was gonna say drive to downtown LA each day. I've done stuff like that before, and having to reset up everything, so I understand that feeling. It sucks to hear that. As for my Japan trips, the end of October 26th, I think, until November 11th. That's what I said. Let's see what else. And then Slow-Mo, hey, how you doing? Have you started also playing Final Fantasy 16? Beat from work, alright. And then WeebCon. I guess I really shouldn't be talking about. Well, I shouldn't talk about plot stuff because Michaela's behind, so that's kind of spoilery for her. But I do also always talk about theories and what I think. So that's the part that you can't, it's just me guest talking. I freaking theorize on plot all the time in every game I play. I think I saw your messages pop up though, but I have seen people have messages like that don't go through on actual Twitch chat. But yeah, I actually was going to say like maybe the mother crystals are actually what's causing the blight, and Sid thinks the same thing. I do think though there's more to that than just that, because on top of that, where do bearers get their magics from? And I think it has probably also something to do with the mother crystals, and then there are also dominants. Like how does that even all work? Then does that relate at all to the mother crystals? And I was saying before, like, when Clive was seeing these hooded figures, that was actually himself, but then Joshua was wearing like the same type of clothes, and it's like, what if they're, like spirits from the mother crystals? But maybe that's what dominants actually are, and they, ancestral spirits, from the mother crystals of different lands. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any theory why, suddenly there's two icons of fire and all that, though. In and out anyway. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what she said. Okay, let me see if I can actually mess with abilities. Maybe some of this I should look into upgrading. Increases hits for the Scarlet Cyclone. Heat Wave. Increases Shockwave. Allows assignment to any icon. Increases hits. And what is this? Flames of Rebirth. Summon a massive pillar of fire that burns out enemies caught within the flames while also partially restoring Clive's HP. Actually sounds like a really good one. Costs a lot though. Summon a tornado that slowly hunts down nearby enemies and upon ensnaring them inflicts multiple hits. Ooh, also sounds pretty cool. I gotta do what I always do in games and just save it up.
If everything we were taught about the mother crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
I mean, is it really a lie though? They say that it's divine and that it grants, people to use magic, but it never says it doesn't drain from the surroundings, from the environment, right?
Wanted to send a message.
How did I get past Michaela so quickly? I have significantly less people chatting in my stream than she does.
No, please, no.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots. Worst of all, that letter I lost? It was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
I'm sure he doesn't.
All right. So I know she goes in the game.
It won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sambrek as soon as I can.
I know that she does go into gamer focus mode. I've seen her do it. But what I'm talking about is like if she streams for like 8 hours, she's actually playing the game for 4. You know what I mean? Like so like you're thinking, oh wow, she just spent 8 hours on the game, when in reality, no, she spent like 4 hours on one day and then 3 hours on the next day. You know what I'm saying? Whereas on my first stream, I spent actually 7 hours playing the game because I have less people to talk to. You know what I mean? You're just counting the hours differently. That's all. Oh yeah, but what else here? Yeah. Oh, here's something that you might think is pretty cool. I actually haven't opened it yet, but I have this. I'm leaving it up so you get the chance to look at it. Alright, that's enough time.
Clive, was it?
It's okay. I'm not gonna be able to stream again until Sunday probably, so you'll be ahead of me. What is it? What is it? Don't you see? Ooh. Yeah, I haven't opened it yet. Maybe I can though, because it doesn't actually have a like sticker on it or anything like controllers normally come with. Yeah, I think I might actually just be able to open it. Yeah. No, I just makes it easy. Guess I'll just unbox it like this, huh? Alright, here we go. Ah. Ooh. That is nice. Slight glare on it, so I guess it doesn't help too much. Just rotate it around a bit. Yeah, that looks dope. Alright. Saw another picture of it the other day. It looks better than I remember. Yeah, very. Oh, yeah. Actually, the last one I got before this one also was the DualSense, which is what I'm using, which is pretty much what I use now. I got it. Someone actually sold it to me. He was looking to sell it to the store, but I know the store wouldn't have wanted to pay how much he wanted for it. Heck, I was really hesitant to pay how much I paid for it. It's a nice controller. It very much is a nice controller. The only thing though is that it was missing the braided USB to it, which kind of sucks. I'm actually going to try to see if someone actually sells the USB by itself. Yo, Beat! How's it going? Wait. Oh, Ha! I beat Michaela to it.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Oh, it's another thing. Another person.
He's never this late. Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. And you know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless. Wait, you were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then might I ask a favour of you? I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lost Wing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Turn down Pooh Bear? You mean the president of China was hitting on him and he turned him down? Probably should have said that. I'll probably be beheaded now. Wait, what button? Oh, I think it's just tap. Yeah. Okay. See. Wow, beat. I'm guessing slow-mo doesn't know the whole thing, but you're probably better off not knowing.
His pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open. Good. Looks like I'm in the right area. More of the lost supplies.
What was I gonna say? I had another thing. Oh, yeah, definitely the hideaway is gonna be attacked while we're away. That's very much my guess to where the story will be headed. I mean, they pretty much, very much allude to it.
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
That means maybe like a new hideout? Unless they're doing a time skip. I don't see that. No.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. I don't suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lost Wing? Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
Is this bloody clothing? I mean, it could be. It is sharing his. It is showing his chest. Funny, we're heading to Lost Wing anyways. I didn't say there was a problem with it. I'm saying I guess it could be considered slutty clothing.
I'll have you know, manning the village entry is no small task. There's plenty of unsavoury sorts in these parts looking to get their thieving claws into what's ours.
Has Michaela been trying to fidget with the camera right here, like looking at his pants? Let me know. I'm curious. I'm sure she has. Michaela seems like the type. Few times, yeah. I thought so. I'm surprised there's no trophy for it.
The shad's all salted and smoked.
A whole day on the line and they're still not dry.
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. He's waited long enough already. Hopefully this will keep our career out of trouble.
That dog's gonna summon like a whole group of people to chase after me, thinking I did something like bad or something. What's going on, Chaos? Thank you for shouting people out. Speaking of people who were like getting on me, man, Chaos was just brutal with me the other day when he was watching me play. It's like I was failing so freaking hard, he was just calling me out left and right. Wait. Basically here, but not really. I know he's super pro. That's why he was talking about. He was like, "Oh, this game's so easy." I'm like, I'm sorry, man, I'm dying. He's like, "Dang, you must suck." He was saying something about how like he could play better if he was just throwing his controller.
If it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass. I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
Yeah, I think Chaos was even like, dude, I'm pretty sure, were you like playing like videos and just pretending you were playing before? Because wow, you're so bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I try, I do. I think this is a pretty good definition of a frolic right here.
I heard from a couple of the bearers what you did to them royalists over at the care. Glad you're on our side.
He stopped me from frolicking. We need a Dokapon Kingdom stream.
You all right?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but reckless sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
We all know it beats the pro gamer. And of course, Michaela is just famous for being able to play games without washing her hands. So of course she's pretty pro.
Why am I not surprised? That's enough.
Let's have somebody over here. Hell yeah, you should wash your hands. At least I think you should. That's why I eat my chips with chopsticks. I actually do. I don't care what anybody says. I do it. Oh, I do. You can ask any one of my friends. Ooh, terrible. I should have limit break.
There's a good boy. Not this time.
Ouch.
Not this time.
Ow.
Wake wind.
Easy-ish. Actually, I was getting my butt kicked. But it's just cool to say easy. Bone necklace. Very little rhyme and even less reason went into the creation of this ghastly. I think this is ghastly. Yeah. Neck ornament. The bone strung along its crude twine, most likely belonging to those unfortunate enough to meet its maker. Oh, you're gonna get some. Hey, what the heck? Wait, is Marlin in here? Yo, how's it going, Marlin? Yeah, man. Enjoy the lurk. Thanks for stopping by. What the heck? Oh, he did.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
That Yamcha pose is too popular, man. Yeah, they always are. I don't know why the mic picks up my drinking like stuff so well. Alright, now we can properly frolic. Like, you can't tell me this isn't frolicking. Hashtag justice for Yamcha.
Find naught but the humble dwellings of our good citizens down here, both bearer and otherwise.
You ruined my frolicking,
There are
man.
some who might not appreciate an outsider poking his nose in.
There haven't been any surprises since your last visit, but we all know how fast that can change.
I don't want some fruit right now.
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone. Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the South Gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
And you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
Yeah. Like GTO. Great teacher. Onizaki? It's a fun show. I need to watch the rest of it, but I have enough.
So it took a
Onizuka.
between
Okay.
the wardens of light and dark to find
I have enough to catch up with. I still need to watch the rest of that.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Wanted to send a message.
Anybody in here play Final Fantasy Tactics? Was it just me?
Own up to Otto and Sid.
His pants don't seem very battle friendly. They're not. They're stripper friendly. They're the type. They're the type for Michaela to stare at. Oh, okay. So did you also think of Thunder God Sid when you saw Sid?
There you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Found the things you dropped. I did.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
Oh right. Freaking okay. So no one I know shares my excitement from that. Okay.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies was one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
You never mentioned a daughter.
Well, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin boats. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles. If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
See, I want to make a joke about C. Diddy, but he's not here. Wouldn't be fun. I don't know what's going on in chat anymore. Drugs? Is it drugs? Lots of drugs.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business would you lot have in... On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
Alright. Ha! I don't need any of these weapons. It's a good thing I haven't used any of my money. There are these things though, but I don't want to use money on that yet. Lionheart Tonic. Gradually feels limit break? I can't actually see. But I think it is gradually feels limit break something. Oh well.
Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, summat foul's brewing, and it ain't Tyre's borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will ya?
All right.
Oh, redeeming hydrate. Thanks, Beat. I'm almost done with my coffee here. Actually, I've gotten used to it. I still want to try with milk, though. What the heck? Hey, why? Who? Chaos, what the heck are you talking about me for? What the heck, man? What did I do? Oh, beat, about to go to bed. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. Have some good sleepness. Alright. Buy the drink. Oh, it is warm.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick breather.
Wait, I'm going the wrong way.
Take a seat, Clive. I'll
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. But that's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This?
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but... who is this Dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman? Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
Alliance reports unlocked. Alliance reports are now available for viewing by speaking to Gout. I want to say Gout. At the Alliance Report Courier in the Hideaway's Mess. These reports compiled by the Cursebreakers contain information on quests currently available across Valisthea.
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
Alright, thank you for the care package redemption, y'all. So that's where Chaos came from, huh? He was bred during the war. That's why he's so savage. Not Savahay. I don't know what Savahay is. That's pretty cool though. You could be Savahay if you want.
one's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northridge in a few days. You two behave now.
Now that's deserving of a bonk. I see side quests. One over here too. And then what the hell am I talking about? What the heck is the Salvahay? You tell me. I'll be right back. Gotta use the bathroom. Alright, and back. Side quest first. Martha's Rest. Hey! Welcome back. I mean, for today. How you doing?
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son.
What did everyone eat today?
I
seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but... Oh, please help them.
Alright.
All right. I'll see to your problem.
Thank you.
How many were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
I just got home after looking after your grandma? Okay, for sure. That's awfully nice of you, of course. Fruity Pebbles? I wanted to eat cereal this morning, but again we had no milk.
Ha! Golden Stables my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers. Oh, that's a fine sword, friend. Heavy though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it? Get him, lads. I want that blade.
Let's get this over with.
It's over.
That's the first inclination of messing with somebody is seeing how big of a sword that they have. I don't know if that's a good rule to go by. Yeah, we have no milk. Huh. I think he has more beer than milk.
I'll be keeping my blade, thank you.
There he is, the hero of the Golden Stables.
People will think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
Right, we've got work to do for to make this place presentable. You best be going, before I arm you with a mop.
That would be up to Michaela. I am gonna be getting a lot ready. I have a lot to do tomorrow. But by nighttime I should be mostly done, so I am available. Just have to get a lot ready for the game swap on Saturday. Let's see here. Yes, I have heard that they are gluten-free. McDonald's, what did you have for lunch from McDonald's though? Hope it wasn't the Grimace birthday meal. I heard they increased the price. That's crazy. The Dame. I actually haven't seen this yet. An ally of Cid's cause who makes her home in Northreach. It was she who informed the hideaway of the redeployment of the Sanbrequious legions. Sanbrequious. Legions following their chastening by Wallowed at Balder's door. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of words that I don't know. And it is she who will secure Clive's passage through the Northreach checkpoint. Make spicy chicken McBurger. I actually really like that. Yeah, pretty much. The cement huddled atop a rocky tor. I think. Oh my god. I know I have this new glasses cleaner thing, and maybe I should try using them. See if I can actually read properly. Of course, I'm pretty sure I just need new lenses in general. Missing only 2 trophies. Damn, what a pro. Oh, that definitely looks better, though. I mean, I'm still gonna have a hard time reading, but... See, rocky tor overlooking the swampy lowlands of southeastern Rosaria. Sellswords gather in its barracks, hawkers in its streets, while those short on work can be heard singing over flagons of ale. From morning until night in the village's eponymous tavern. While the former duchy may want for cheer since being annexed by the Empire, the rest is a rare spot of sunshine among the gloom, and most travelers make a point of stopping over when they're passing through. See the mother crystals. So the people of Valistia rely on the crystal mined from these mountains in their everyday lives and flock to the aether-rich lands around them in pursuit of their blessings. Sid posits that it is in fact the mother crystals and their ability to draw ether from the earth that it is the reason for the Deadlands advance. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in positions of power, those whose power rests on their control of this crucial resource. Wait, what? Oops. You haven't assigned a control profile to that shortcut. I didn't know I pushed the shortcut. Oh, so basically you're saying you already are a pro, but you're just not officially a pro because you haven't sped-run it yet. Okay, I gotcha. I understand. Okay, doesn't look like there's any other side quests. Interesting. Are these the mother crystals right here? Actually, I haven't even bothered taking a look. It's got earth. Let's see. Dark, maybe? Is this water? Is this ice? This must be ice. Is this water? Maybe wind? There's fire right over here. Let's see. Is that all we see for now? I guess so. Alright. Maybe this is light. Maybe this is water. Or maybe this is wind, actually. Whatever. Drugs. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. Thank you for redeeming the hydrate. Wow, everyone's just gonna need to stretch, though.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. And will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
Alright, my hydrate is gonna be this diet root beer. Thank you for the redemption, Mystic. Yeah, she's got better things to do, Chaos.
Ah, you're Sid's man, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't trouble you for some assistance, could I?
That depends. What do you need?
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quinton a pretty penny to convince their owner to part with them. Man must have been a bloody tyrant. Can't get a peep out of them, try as I might.
They're probably terrified of you.
You're probably right. Dare say it'd take a bearer like yourself to open them up. So, will you have a word with them? Help them settle in?
I can try.
That'll do me. Tell them they're safe, and that if they need anything, they just have to ask.
I'll let them know.
Appreciate it. They're sitting over there, taking a long overdue breather, looks like.
How far am I in the game? I don't know, but according to when I checked the game progress, it says 0%. So
anything I can get you. You're safe here. They don't punish people like us for speaking our minds.
Truly. I'm hungry. My sister too, we're starving.
Wait here. I'll fetch you something from the tavern.
Thank you.
I won't be long. You stay here and rest.
Wait, what? Clive TikTok went crazy. But yeah, I really don't know how far I am technically in the game. Have you played any of it?
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing?
I have no problem with it, and I do actually get motion blur sickness because I could not play Type 0. I need to go back and play that because I know that they actually patched it so that it kind of got rid of the motion blur. But the motion blur in that one actually really gave me a headache and actually made me start to like actually get nauseous. And I don't notice it at all in this game, so I don't know. It doesn't bother me so far.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
I'll have 2 plates of whatever you're serving.
Sorry. We've enough mouths of our own to feed without tending to the wants of outsiders.
It's not for me. It's for some new arrivals.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't see the mark. So you're a comrade. Well, in that case, you may have whatever you require. Take all the bread and wine you want.
That's really all it takes. One look at the innkeeper's mark.
Of course it is. I do as Master Quinton commands, as do we all. And Master Quinton commands that none of his favoured guests be left wanting. Well, don't keep our new comrades waiting. Take what you need and see that they eat their fill.
Waiting for the PC release. It might be like a year or so. I don't think they're not gonna do a PC release because I don't see why they wouldn't. But it's probably gonna take longer than you hope because I think it took like over a year for 7 Remake to make it, right?
Bread and wine. Hopefully this will be enough.
Okay. I mean, if you're fine with waiting, then there's no big deal then. I can understand that. For most games, I'm very much okay with not playing it like when it first comes out, so.
Don't tell me. Turnips for supper.
Brother, did you...
Here. Bread and wine from the tavern.
May we? Truly? Such plenty. Never in all my days.
Brother, this place is like a dream. We sat and no one shouted. We ate and more was offered.
I know. I can't believe it.
You're free now. And the next time you're hungry, you need only ask to be fed.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
They're totally gonna release Bloodborne on PC. I definitely think they will. I think what they're waiting for is Bloodborne 2 to like have some development time, which is gonna be a little bit, maybe a year is my guess, because From right now is releasing Armored Core 6. But I think what they're gonna do is, and you probably have heard me say it before, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna announce Bloodborne 2, and then Bloodborne for PC, and PS5 upgrade with the 60 frames per second Bloodborne for PS5, all at once, because that's like the best way to get sales up is to get that hype for Bloodborne 2, and then get people who are like, oh yeah, Bloodborne 2 is coming out, let me get Bloodborne 1, to everyone to buy it. That's what I think is gonna happen. Because it's one of the few games that Sony, or one of the few exclusive games that Sony hasn't released on PC yet, and it makes you wonder why. And I think that's the reason. It's just, it all has to do with like marketing, like make sure like you're maximizing or optimizing the hype. I do think also after this next swap, I'm gonna finally get a desk for my room so I can start doing like the videos I want to do. Mysteries of vinification. While some winemakers will remove the skins of the grape after pressing, leaving both skin and seeds in the juice so to commingle, creates a must that is better suited for extended aging, ultimately resulting in a more refined wine. Then once the wine calms and settles sufficiently, the skins are removed and the must is then transferred to wooden barrels of oak or chestnut, which, by allowing air to leach into the wine, impart deepened levels of complexity, introducing rich aromas and improving texture, all while lessening bitterness. Yeah. I do want to like start making videos of like all the things I think about that no one really talks about as much, or at least from a different angle that people don't think logically of. Like I think the whole Sony trying to block the FT or trying to block Microsoft from acquiring Activision is actually more of a stalling tactic than anything.
I want no trouble. Wait, that's... Oh, glory to Griga. You were the Hanged Man. I took you for a rogue. If you're a friend of Master Quinton's, then perhaps you'll help me. His vineyard, Lostwing's pride and joy, has been beset by a plague of giant wasps.
And you need someone to solve your pest problem.
I do indeed. I've never seen them so far from the forest, nor so mean for that matter. I suppose the smell's got them worked up. And little wonder. This'll be the finest crop we've ever known if the fiends don't eat it first. I tried chasing them off myself, but they won't flee from the likes of me. And if I don't bring those grapes in for pressing soon, Master Quinton will have my guts for garters. You look like you can handle that blade of yours. Will you put it to use for a comrade in need? Please, rid us of these wasps so I can be about my business.
Definitely.
All right. I'll see to it.
I hate fighting wasps.
Oh, thank you. You'll find them over at Gotan's Bales on the edge of town. And hurry, Lostwing needs those grapes.
Good. I mean, Final Fantasy protagonists tend to be good people.
But how did the grocer know?
Usually.
That'll be enough for today.
You want that deal go pass? You want that deal to pass? I think the deal will ultimately pass. Like I don't think from Sony's perspective, I don't think they were thinking that they can fully block it from happening. I think they're just stalling. Oroville Downs. But ultimately, I think everyone wants to do the pass.
A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble.
Wasps suck, though, Clive. No, I don't think so. I think it's a business tactic. I think it's a pretty smart business tactic. I think another something that people don't realize too is like Microsoft is actually, or Xbox, I'm not sure whether you can call it Xbox or Microsoft, maybe more like Xbox, is trying to garner a lot of goodwill with what they say and what they do. It seems like a lot of people forgot that at one point that they were going to make people unable to share games before the Xbox One release. Like, the Game Pass is an excellent deal. It's an amazing deal. It's honestly a really good deal, but it's honestly one of the few that only Xbox can do. That's why Sony was so hesitant to do it. And why, when they did do it, it's super expensive. I'll talk about it one time. Or sometime. Can't see this deal going past if the Activision Blizzard deal been stonewalled. Well, here's the thing. The idea, so in what I think what's going on was the idea was to stall it from happening. And if FTC blocks it, that's better. But I don't think that Sony actually expected it to work that well in their favor. Let's say it that way.
Looks like that was the last of them. I better let Quentin's man know.
There's a chance that it's not fully blocked yet, but even then it's going to be delayed for a few years, which is pretty much what you would expect. Like, if I was thinking from like a Sony executive type of mindset, I would think, yeah, if I can stall them, that acquisition from happening to 2 or 3 years, or maybe 1 year, even, then it's a giant advantage. Well, yeah, they did say that. The thing is, though, they don't.
In case you were wondering, the boys finally cleared the road to Northreach.
The thing is, they've always been more about cloud gaming, so their focus isn't so much on winning the game releases as they are from winning people's favor. Which is, talking about how they don't care about having the console exclusives, having Xbox Game Pass, things like that.
Those wasps won't be interfering with your harvest anymore.
Oh, thank you. Master Quinton would have had my head if I'd lost the crop. I'd say you've earned a reward. Our Gotand Rouge fetches a handsome price among the rich and powerful of the realm. We use that money to keep our comrades fed and imperial wolves from our door. The vineyards were Master Quinton's idea. He wanted to give bearers a place to work, a place where they'd be safe.
Well, he certainly seems to have done that here. I'm glad I could help.
I'll see that he hears of your kindness. And once this vintage is ripe for drinking, there'll be a glass or two raised in your honor.
Well, the competition is still there. Don't mistake for the fact that there's no competition. It's still there. If there was no competition, you wouldn't have people arguing about how Xbox or Sony is the better company. And then don't forget that Nintendo is actually still in the game too. Quite, very much so. This way. Actually, I think I have another side quest that must not take place here. Where are you at? Do I have another side quest? Maybe I don't. I thought I took on another side quest. Unless... No? I guess not. Huh. I'm like trying to make sure, looking carefully, that I'm not missing it. Okay, alright.
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
Do I just have Tor go with me? I do. I've seen some people complain about the side quests. I don't see a problem so far, like at all. Like I've seen some people saying it was like it's too shallow, but I don't see why. It's like a good reason for the story, like for the story of the side quests. I'm not sure what the problem is. Yeah, it is a little bit of fetching and bit of fetch questy, but that's not a huge deal as long as the story behind it's like there. It doesn't seem like it's just not for nothing. Oops, wrong button. Ah. I pushed the wrong button. I'm so dumb. Dragon's Talon. Where am I going? Where am I? Kind of got sidetracked with that dragon. Ah, here's the road. And there's a spider. Crap. Here's the road. Follow the road. Chocobos. Hey. Oh. My eyes are already starting to get heavy. That's what I mean when I say energy drinks and coffee don't really do anything to me. Yo, Gary, how's it going? Chocobos. How you doing? How is the heat in Texas? Oh.
Stay down.
104 today. Wow. I mean, we get those temperatures too, but you're getting it quite early. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna get worse for you too. Ah. I mean, it's kind of been expected, so I don't know what the surprise is. Although I would say it's got a great combat, so I think the only people who really call it hack and slash are people who don't know how to play it well. I mean, technically, hey, Devil May Cry is hack and slash, but there's definitely a system for you to be able to master the game rather than just push one button. Oh, wrong button. But I've been enjoying it so far. There's probably definitely more I need to learn with the system. I just haven't yet. I've been seeing a lot of complaints with the game, but a lot of the complaints are, I definitely will talk about it in a video. One of these, like, it's gonna be one of the first videos I do, I think, talking about what makes the Final Fantasy game really a Final Fantasy game. See, copy that I pre-ordered having problems. I think Amazon lost track of it, says they can't find it, so it's gotten delayed twice now. Dang, that sucks. I actually have heard that Amazon is having trouble with delivery of the game. Like, specifically Amazon. Actually, I think I have heard some people having issues with from Square Enix too, but that's only if you ordered the collector's edition, which I did, but thankfully I had no problems with mine. I pushed the wrong button. Initially, at least. They do. It's a little unfortunate. I'm hoping you'll increase.
Used to speak of a brothel, but that was north of the checkpoint. I hope that Dame has friends in the south.
I do hope that at some point, you can increase your maximum amount you can hold. But at the moment, yeah, they do limit how much you can hold, which it's a little bit of a bummer, but it does help you try to learn how to play the game better. So in the end, I actually don't think that's a huge problem, because I probably would be more hack and slashy with it if I didn't have a limitation on potions. And especially when I got to one of the major boss fights, I was being extremely careful because I was really low on potions.
Welcome, good. Backer off, Branded. Can't you see I'm with a customer?
Give me one of those hams.
It's like pretty crazy how they treat Branded. Like, if you see a guy with a big sword, like, and badass looking like this, would you really tell him that? Like, I'd be scared of him, like, decapitating me.
Keep your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been soured by a Branded's touch.
With reds, whites, ales, meads, ciders, perries, murrays.
For sure, Slow-Mo. Thank you again for stopping by. Have a good night.
The fruit's not getting any fresher.
Oh, oh no, that's just someone using magic.
You want something, you come back with your master. I won't sell to some stray Branded.
Like, if I was an evil person, I could easily just go by and just destroy this whole village. Like,
and what can I do for you?
it's so, yeah, it's interesting. I guess in the sense that, you know, people are used to the society in that sense, so they're used to it and they don't speak up to it, but you know, from the outside looking in, you're like, dude, you see how big this dude is, right?
And a fine, fine day to you.
You see he's got a giant sword. You really gonna talk to him like that?
Have you no other bearers? Those two look rather used.
Used, yes, but spent hardly. They've both at least a good year left in them.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but... why would you...
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested, unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
So I'd like to know, unless I don't think they've pointed it out yet. If these people are willing to help like bears and such, can't anybody just go by and be like, no, he's my bear, right? Because I don't think they might be branded, but as far as I can tell, there's no way to tell apart who, quote unquote, owns them, right? At least as far as I can tell. Also, Gary, if this might be a spoiler for you because you're planning to play the game yourself, you don't have to be here. I very much appreciate it, but you know, if you plan to play the game yourself, you know, save it. You know, put me on mute or something. A bearer in this game is kind of like a slave. But like this, from what I can tell, there's no way to tell who the owner or who the quote like master is of a bearer. So like if these people who sympathize with bearers and are trying to create this like place where everybody can basically be equals, but they have these situations where it's like, oh, how will we get this branded bearer through this, you know, situation? It's like, well, can't you sympathize just pretend to be the master, you know? Well, no, that's not particularly true. The item that you have, the Hanged Man, is to show that you have Quentin's favor, which is for the whole town. That doesn't show that Quentin's your master. You know what I mean? And the other one you have is of what's her name? That one down. Hold on. Oh, it's the slumbering chocobo from Martha. Yeah, Martha. And in that case, it's not Martha. I think at one point pretended to be masters of other bearers, but this is just to show, like, when you have the symbol that you're a sympathizer of, and you're, you know, helping Martha's cause, or that you're you're one of the few people who knows what's going on, and you're helping, you know. But like, if you show that to these people, they don't know who Quentin is, they don't know who Martha is. At least from what I can tell.
Forbidden by the throne. What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Oh, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
That's what I mean.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Okay. So in this case, it wasn't so much that anybody could play the masters, more like they could recognize him as a former Imperial trader. Imperial trader branded bearer or whatever. What makes a branded person so hated? It's basically they're literally like the slaves of this world. I don't know if you're okay with me explaining that part of it, since you're planning to play the game yourself. They do go over it a little bit in the lore. This game has what's called an active time lore. You can actually pull it up anytime, like this. And it's always different depending on where you are in the story, so you can always pull up anything that you're unfamiliar with, like, oh, what's going on with this person, or this, what's, this area and all that. You pull this up and it'll pretty much show all the relevant things you can look at, all the relevant lore you can look at. And Isabel here is a proprietress of the Vale, Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, and one of Sid's trusted collaborators. Isabel is much admired by the populace for her elegance and refinement, qualities that have earned her the title of the Dame. But she seems more like, someone of the way she acts. It's a very seductress type, Let's see, a town which doubles as a defensive gateway to Sanbreque's holy capital of Oriflamme. It was originally a purely military outpost, a towering bastion constructed to prevent land-based assaults on the capital from the southwest. To this day, a heavily guarded checkpoint ensures that none can pass through the wall without prior authorization, and as such, they need to linger here prior to entering has led to the rise of a thriving market and various other commercial enterprises on the wall's southern side. The garrison, however, along with the inns and brothels most of the soldiers frequent, as well as the residence of the nobles who make now North Reach their home, remain on the northern side. Yeah, like a brothel. Yeah. Yeah, so you get branded to show that you're basically a slave. So do people put the brand on you to make you? Yeah. So when you're born, so basically, if you want to know the story of it, some people are born with the power to use magic, and that's what makes them a bearer. And when they're a bearer, they basically get branded to show that they have a master. That's basically how it is. And people who are bearers are looked down upon for whatever reason. It doesn't make sense to me why, because they can use magic without the power of the crystals. Why they would be looked down upon that's the weird part of it, but this is again from the outside looking in. You know what I mean? In this world, it's kind of like that's just what they're used to. Now you can say that that doesn't make sense to me, but again, like from our time looking back in history, it's like, well, it doesn't make sense to have black people as slaves, right? Like why are black people slaves? Like, you know what I mean? Or like even Asians or like Chinese people were slaves, and Indians too, I think, were slaves. Pretty much everyone has been. A lot of people have been slaves, not to the same extent as black people, but again, we have the foresight to be like, why did that make sense? And in this sense, we're looking at this world and we're like, well, why does that make sense? But that's just how it is in this world. That's just what they're used to. And in this point in the history, what we're playing right now, they're trying to change that.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
I don't know if there might be some more lore added to why people who were born with magic like looked down upon, but that's just what we know for now. And in his case, well, yeah, you know what? Actually, that's more of what you should play yourself. There's a little bit more to Clive in his case.
Get it, boy.
But that's pretty important to the plot, I would say. So I won't say more about that.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I began to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
Moon and stars. Okay, we got another seal.
Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there. Quest accepted.
outside of a few potions and high potions, I actually have not spent that much money, which I'm proud of. Let's see, except for in Rosalith, where the Dominant actually gets the next Duke. Well, the Dominant and Bearers aren't actually the same thing, though. Technically they are, but we actually haven't really established the difference yet, really. I mean, the Dominant gets the icon, so that's a major difference, actually. There's a reason why I assume Annabelle really hated Clive. Annabella? Okay. Before that, let's do some of these side quests that I see. Oh my god, there's 3 of them.
Excuse me, you there? I cannot help but notice you bear the moon and stars. So you are an associate of the dames?
Quite
Might
so.
I trouble you for some assistance? You'll be rewarded, of course.
And who exactly would I be assisting?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant, though fortunate enough to count the dame among my acquaintances. I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my comings and goings of late. I was hoping someone might be kind enough to go in my stead. And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietress? Would you be willing to help a fellow in his hour of need?
No, actually, so, you're hated because you're born with the ability to use magic. That's about it. But then if you're not an actual Dominant, which gives you the power to actually summon, then you're actually, well, they have shown though that it depends on religion and culture too with that, because the people that had Shiva actually treated her like a slave, whereas Rosaria, which is what the Dominant for the Phoenix, was actually part of the noble family.
Why not?
Marvelous. The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate and deliver packages to a few of my most valued clients. There are 3 in total: a grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller. You need only mention that the items you carry are fresh from the master's table.
Nothing dangerous, I hope.
Why, of course not. Merely trifles which folk beyond the checkpoint are keen to get their hands on. And though I cannot prevent you from peeking, I advise that you don't. Strongly advise.
Okay. It's weird. I mean, there are possible excuses for why. For instance, maybe people are afraid of people who are born with abilities they don't have and what they can do, and so they kind of get to the point of demeaning them in order to make them feel inferior.
That's the day done then. Drinks and the veil.
And so they kind of maybe started that culture on their own, you know what I mean? Again, it's weird to us because we're looking from the outside in. We have insight, I guess you could say.
There's nothing here for your kind, Branded. Go on now, shoot.
I have a delivery from Etienne. Fresh from the master's table.
Heavy purse. Leather sack. Drugs?
Why didn't you say so? Times are hard. But this here'll make 'em less so. For a while, at least. Sorry about the welcome. I meant nothing by it. You wait right here. Here. You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
perfume.
Oriflamme's finest. Just as promised.
Probably something like that too. I mean, no, I don't know the reason why Annabella hates Clive. I'm just speculating. I've been speculating because from the beginning, I'm like, well, him having the powers of the Phoenix or blessed by the Phoenix is pretty much the same as having magic. The only difference is that, he's noble or born of nobility, which I was trying not to say that. That's pretty much just spoiled a little bit there for Gary. But I think essentially because it's the same thing, that's why Annabella hates him. Because he's technically a bearer. He's just so happens that he's born in a noble family. Yeah, he's the firstborn, sure. I don't know if there's some kind of history in the bloodline that says that the firstborn will be the dominant, because even Elwyn said that he's not a dominant, right? So, and the fact, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to say too much because I don't want to spoil some of the stuff that Gary's gonna see when he plays.
I have no business with Branded.
Well, I have business with you. A package, fresh from the master's table.
I do not know you. Where is the merchant, Etienne?
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying him or his affairs any mind.
Fine. Hand over the goods and be gone. This is lighter than usual. Branded, if I discover you have played me false...
I can always take it back.
You will do no such thing. Your master should cut out your insolent tongue. Had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clapped in chains. Payment. Take it and get out of my sight.
Cigars.
Those cigars are worth more than your life. Do be careful.
Pretty sure it's not, actually.
It all smells so delightful.
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind, whether you have the coin or not. Where's your master anyway?
Etienne sent me.
Didn't know he had his own bearer. Business must be booming. All right, quickly now, before the guards notice. That is no burden off my back. And this is for Etienne.
All this for a drink.
Not just any drink. The very best, specially distilled for my most discerning customers. The guards find that, they'll seize it before you can blink. You keep it well hidden, all right? If Etienne likes it, tell him there's more where that came from. For a price, of course.
Of course. Perfume, cigars, and spirits. Someone has expensive tastes. The question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I can't talk about it. It's a major plot point. I mean, it happened in the beginning of the game, but it's still a major plot point. Maybe I'll DM you about it, Chaos.
Ah, you have returned.
I believe these are yours.
But at the same, I'm sure you know the answer, Chaos, because you've already beaten it. But I always just, I think about stuff and I think about theories and all that. So, I mean, see, after the leaves of the table, no. Oh, I can't even read that. That's fine. It said that the petals of 20... Yeah, I can't even read these because my camera's blocking them. Oh well, there's no good place to put the camera. Like every screen of the UI uses like every part of the screen.
Delightful. The dame will be pleased.
You don't say. And would she be pleased to learn what you had to exchange for those items?
You mean the crystals? No need to be coy, my boy.
Why not just tell me in the first place?
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankles. I couldn't risk you stumbling under the gaze of the guards. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals, even such morsels as I provide. And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then, well, I dare say you'll sleep all the better for it. Despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in.
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
As scarce as chocobo teeth, hence the thriving market for even the scantest fragments. Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others?
I think you're doing what you believe is necessary.
Yeah, indeed. And I don't doubt the dame would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guards are none the wiser. I thank you, as will our mutual friend when she hears of how you have aided me.
Yep, Chaos is a pro, man. You missed it. We were talking about last stream how he plays this game like so well. He like barely ever loses. He thought it was like the easiest game in the world. Oh, I was absolutely kidding. I would have no clue what your other issue was. Of course, I was joking. Oh no, I like to figure that types of stuff up on my own. I appreciate it though. Yeah, no, I would have no idea what you were talking about. I mean, I'm at the beginning of the game. Well, how would I know? I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to drink. Okay, I'm back. The reason you dislike it? I figured it would be as much because you said you weren't gonna mention it because it was a spoiler. Thank you. Okay. Next side quest.
Sergeant's got it in for us. Where's your commanding officer branded? Don't you know the training grounds are for real soldiers?
Hey, you lost or something? Sorry, but the Imperial Guard's got no use for your kind. The infantry always needs more bodies, though.
I'm just passing through.
I don't bloody believe it. The bastard's wearing the moon and stars.
That'll be why he's strutting about like he owns the place.
The Dame laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this prick's really worth a couple of the Emperor's finest?
I dare say there's ways of finding out. How about it, Branded? Care to show us how you earned that brooch?
Sure. Wanna get your ass kicked?
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are, Robin and I need to know the Dame's being properly looked after.
Fine.
Fine. If it'll put your mind at ease.
Oh, and just so you know, I won't be holding back. I suggest you don't either. Take a moment to get ready if you need it. Wouldn't want you whining about an unfair fight.
Okay. I guess I was safe before the fight, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Then again, I'm not Chaos, I'm not a pro, so who knows? Might get my ass kicked.
Now, let's get the measure of you, shall we?
If that's what you want.
Cocky bastard. All right, let's be having you.
Sir.
Oh, and when you go crying to your mistress, tell her it was Leon who gave you the pounding.
Master.
Use all the dirty tricks you want, Branded.
Wow, he's not even getting up.
Alright. So you know one end of a blade from the other. Enough.
He didn't even get up off the ground.
Fuck me.
What the hell are you playing at, Leon? Ah, so it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine. Sword up, bearer. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Let's.
How'd a bearer win the Dane's favour anyway?
By knowing when to hold my tongue for a start.
Oh, can't use it yet. There we go.
You got potential. I'll give you that.
I mean, at least he got off the ground. 8 experience, yeah, I kind of would have expected that.
Can I go now?
Grieger's gas. The bastard didn't even break a sweat.
The Dame's man or no, he's still a Branded. Best hope the sergeant never hears about this.
Yeah, not after the bollocking he gave us for missing drills. Might be the old sod had a point.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, good bloody riddance. At least we know the Dame's in safe hands, I suppose.
Do us a favour. If you have to tell the Dame about this, tell her we got a good few hits in, eh?
I mean, at least they kind of semi-humbled themselves. Give them that much. Yeah, like I said, I think it's more like they must have, in time, like throughout, so many hundreds of years, just kind of gotten used to it. Like, once everyone kind of gets used to it, it just kind of passes on to, kids, and when they treat, when you grow up being treated that way, it's just pretty much how you're gonna get used to it, basically.
The Emperor's finest. Strasbourg, right? Sergeant may be a surly bastard, but he had our number, right?
Heard the
Yeah.
bones fell favourably.
Well, go take your training more seriously then. Am I gonna play Super Mario RPG Remake? I might not. Not on stream, at least. Well, actually, I'm definitely not gonna do it on stream because I don't really have a way of streaming from Switch. Even maybe in the future if I get a capture card, but I don't think I will anyways, because I think I have a few friends who are gonna be streaming it, because they'll be playing Super Mario RPG for the first time, like Chaos, for example. Although I think Chaos actually started the original, and now that the remake was announced, now he's actually gonna stop playing the original and just wait for the remake. And Michaela's also gonna stream it. I think she will. I think by that time that Super Mario RPG comes out, it's gonna be... When does it come out? September, right? Or is it October? Or maybe even November? November, okay. November's when I get back from Japan. Yeah, it's like literally I think the week after I get back from Japan. And by that time, I might be streaming instead Metal Gear. I've been wanting to stream the Metal Gear series so much. I'm so happy that it's actually getting a release, or the Masters Collection release.
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars, but thank goodness I found you. Can I trust you to be discreet?
About what?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. About the fact that I, a humble creature, assist the Dame of the Vale in her endeavors. As unlikely as it may seem, there are those within the upper echelons of Sambraquois society who find the Empire's treatment of bearers to be barbaric.
All right. But what do you want from me?
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearers, and yet many would see their servants starve. Not for the want of coin, simple fare cost little more than a pittance, but to revel in the suffering of others, a simple act of cruelty. Contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses to spite their faces than see their bearers fed. And despite my best attempts at secrecy, my efforts to dole out comestibles have been noticed. Which brings me to my request. The brand upon your cheek affords you a certain freedom. A freedom I could sorely use.
Of course.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not seem like much, but it will make all the difference. Here, deliver these, but keep them hidden. Quickly now. What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. And today that happens to be the barracks. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed, not permitted a moment's rest.
It's no wonder so many die before their time.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act of mercy as an undermining of the Empire's authority. Be discreet for both our sakes, and for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're finished, a word in the ear of one of the Dame's girls would be appreciated.
You won't be staying then?
I'm afraid not. I am expected back in the capital, and have already risked much speaking with you this long.
Crystal's curse is bad enough. We can't let people starve as well.
I'm very happy with the Star Ocean 2 remake. Definitely getting that. To be honest though, the collector's edition is one of the few that I think is actually overpriced. I'm pretty like, I think when it comes to pricing of like collector's edition stuff, I'm usually the ones who like, one of the people who I think who defend like the pricing. But like, I think acrylic stands are like one of the cheapest things that you can do for a collector's edition, and for it to be $200 for that, I think it's too much. No, I'm gonna get the regular one, the regular edition, unless I can come across the collector's edition for, you know, cheaper than normal cost, like if someone was trying to sell it or something. But I'm definitely getting the remake, standard edition.
You look like you need a rest.
Not half as much as I need this. Thank you. I don't eat it here, though. Not where anyone might see.
Has it always been this bad?
Oh, it was worse before the Chamberlain. I'd be dead without him. Me and many others.
That's something at least.
But yeah. No, I think I'm gonna be streaming though Metal Gear. I would also like to stream Star Ocean, but you know, I've been waiting for Metal Gear.
Are you waiting for it to heal on its own? Hurry up!
Looks like now's not the time.
Hmm. Where's that person at? Ah.
I have something for you.
From the Chamberlain. Thank you. You need to leave. Now. Please.
Branded! Who told you to rest? Stoke those damn flames! And you! If you've got a message for me, out with it. If not, return to your post.
Hey. Bought 2 PS5 controllers with worn out batteries, and I'm gonna change the batteries to around 40, so then I'll have 2 more controllers for my collection. I only have to pay $10 for the controllers, so $50 total when all said and done. That's pretty good! So, let's see. So that's 50 for 2 controllers? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I don't know if you were here when I showed this off, but this is what I have. It actually came a few days ago. I only just actually it came before my collector's edition of the game. Yeah. Well, what kind of controller? I think once I'm finished with this story part of the game, I'm gonna also end stream because holy crap, my eyes are hella heavy. Oh, you can't see it? Let me see. I don't know if you can see it better there. Yeah, it's Final Fantasy 16 controller. Still can't give it to him.
Enough! Curse you! Get away from me!
Oh, there you go.
You'll work faster next time if you know what's good for you!
Here. It looks like you need it.
The Chamberlain must have sent you, but alas, my work is far from over. If I don't go now, they'll beat me.
You need to rest.
But I won't. I've wounds to heal and bones to mend.
And what of your own hurts?
They'll wait. As will my hunger. Thank you, though.
A drover has more regard for his cattle than the Empire does its bearers. Anyway, I'd better head to the Vale.
That bastard!
The markets are
It's a different story if you're like raised that way, you know what I mean?
All right. Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business, though not my own. The Chamberlain put me to work delivering food.
Ah, so he found someone to help him then. Just as well. I hear his friends back at court have been taking a little too much interest in him of late.
So he really is a Chamberlain?
There was a time when he was the Vale's most illustrious customer. Us girls thought of him as a generous uncle. He was one of the only people round here who seemed bothered by the way the Empire treats its bearers.
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the dame. A little nudge from her is all it took, and he became the patron saint of Northreach's starving masses. My sisters and I may have lost an uncle, but bearers are being fed for a change, so we don't grumble. Much.
Glad to hear it.
Gives you faith, though, doesn't it? To know there are people out there like him. And you, for that matter. It's no wonder the dame's got a soft spot for you.
I better be going.
Magic Ash. Alright, I think that's all for side quests for now.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared?
The day before. She was in tears. She'd lost her comb. A gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
what her chambermaid can tell us then.
Meep was streaming? What the hell? Yo, Sleepy, how's it going? What the heck? I didn't even know Meep was streaming. When did Meep even go back to streaming? Hey, thank you for the raid. How are you doing? How's everyone doing today? To introduce myself, I'm Solo Ashen. I am a variety streamer, currently streaming Final Fantasy 16. If you are planning to play the game yourself, I would suggest you stop watching. But I very much appreciate joining the raid and coming over to see. Because I'm kind of following the story right now. I literally just finished some side quests and I'm about to continue the story. 5 sabbaticals, right? I know, right? Exactly. No, I didn't even know that you were streaming. I have notifications on. I'm surprised. Anyone who, honestly, if anyone here that's anyone that's here, follow me. She's a fun streamer. I'm terrible at this. Sorry, but shout out to Meep. If you don't follow Meep, she what streaming Diablo 4. You know what? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. What kind of build? What kind of class did you pick? Who probably likes to eat chocolate eclair ice creams. I wouldn't be against it, but it's not my first choice. Of course, anytime. Necro, nice. That's always fun. Okay, what am I doing? But yeah, this has very much been enjoying this game. I don't know who's playing it, who wants to play the game. If you do and you want to avoid spoilers, I appreciate you coming by, but definitely, opt out if you want to play the game yourself. That includes Gary, honestly, but, I know Gary likes to stay here for support and chat, but really, honestly. I was just gonna say before Meep came in with the raid, though, I was gonna say, wait, what was I? Yeah, I can see why people were complaining about like the side quests because it seems like fetch and delivery, but it adds more to the lore. It's not just like randomly there just to help out one person to do this thing and that. The conversation adds more to the lore of the world, and I think that's fine. And Meep, if you need to go to sleep because it's kind of late, very much appreciate the raid, but don't feel like you have to stay around. If you need to go to bed or anything like that, definitely do it. Very much thank you so much for the raid. Although I will have to ask, what did you eat today? That's a question for everybody. 8 a.m. meeting, oh that's not fun. I gotta actually get up around 7 a.m. tomorrow too, actually. That's why after I finish this part of the main story stuff of this section, I'm also gonna end stream.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
Rice noodles in a salmon soup? Interesting. Actually, I think I know what you're talking about too. I'm pretty sure I've eaten very similar type food. Honestly, pretty hungry. Probably after stream, I might make like instant ramen, and then before I head to bed. Yeah, okay, then I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. If you ever had to wake up for 7 a.m. Yeah, I don't actually have work. I just have a lot to do tomorrow. I'm trying to get a lot done tomorrow, but on top of that, I'm trying to pack my car because I have a game swap on Saturday, and I'm hoping to make a lot of money there. I have a ton of product to sell, but not enough space. So it's gonna be tough to try to set up too, honestly. Yeah, next time, Meep, thank you again for the raid. Have a good night.
What do you think? Nothing like a quick
Same to you. I hope you've been doing well. I think I saw that you also came back from like overseas or something too recently, or came back somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, good night. In Alaska. Oh, that was cool. Did you visit? Actually, I should stop asking you questions. Just go to bed.
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel, Branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you. Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
I got it. Isabel know too? Alright. Good night, Meep. Again, anyone who doesn't follow Meep, you absolutely should. I'm playing Diablo if you want to see some Diablo gameplay. Because I've heard Diablo 4 is actually really good. Doesn't seem like I'm going the right way. I'm running through every freaking pillar here.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Oh. Okay. Constabulary. Constabulary. No, it's constabulary. It's like a constable. Constabulary. Yeah, I gotta say it right.
Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
Can I start running faster now that I'm out of the village? There we go. She's like, off my fields, man. I'm like, nah, dude. No horse. I mean, the game Final Fantasy doesn't really have horses, right? They have chocobos. Come on, Gary. Come on. We got a side quest.
Have you seen my Chloe? I let her out of her pen while I did my chores, but she hasn't come back yet. I think she's lost. Please, can you help me look for her?
Yeah, I'll look for Chloe.
I can't promise I'll find her, but I'll try. Describe her to me.
She's beautiful white hair. She lets me stroke her when I'm sad. She's ever such a good girl. So quiet and kind. and she likes walking in the wheat. I know the fields are big, but she's never got lost before. Oh, she must be starving too. She hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. It is my job to feed her.
In that case, let's not keep her waiting.
That is a very sad girl.
That's a lot of field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her.
You, Brandon, here now.
Yeah, what's up?
You're late. What kept you?
Late for what?
Did they tell you nothing? A wild beast is savaging my boy. Well, don't just stand there gawping. Rescue him.
All right. Where is he?
My, I see they've sent me a branded with a spine for a change. He's over that way, towards the coast. Go, and see that you kill the beast.
That sounds like a Final Fantasy Tactics type of game.
For someone whose son's in mortal danger, he didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here. I need to be careful. You work these fields? I need to ask you something.
A branded. And an outsider at that, judging by the lack of manners. Why should I help you, eh? You tell me that.
Because a girl from the village asked me to find her pet. Chloe. Have you seen her?
Chloe, is it? Oh, little Lisette's plaything. Last I saw, the filthy creature was sniffing about the windmill. That girl's old enough to know she should tie her pet up when she's finished playing with it.
The windmill.
Off with you now. I won't have idle branded underfoot.
And the way they talk about it makes me think that the little pet is a person. I don't think it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Chloe? More brown than white. You're not Chloe, are you, girl? Is that someone napping on the job? I hope they don't mind the interruption. The crystal's curse.
Chloe, I was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
Oh, I was right.
Get up now. You've slept long enough. It's time to go home. Chloe? Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favorite. None of the other Chloes had pretty hair. It could be months before Dad gives me another one. I have to wait until they're too tired to work anymore.
Is that all she was to you? A plaything? Do you really not care that she's dead?
She's not dead. She's a rock.
That? The crystal's curse? That's just how she died. And now she's gone forever. Giving another bearer her name won't change that.
No, don't say that.
It's true. And without that brand, she would have been just another girl. Somebody's daughter. Just like you.
But Dad said bearers don't have parents.
They do. Parents that give them away. Families they'll never see again. But you became Chloe's family when you took her in. Remember that. And remember her.
Ah, see, you can't tell me side quests don't have any kind of substance to it. Ah, it ended up turn out to be a person. Ah.
The wolf! It's going to eat me!
Not if I can help it. Stay back. I'll deal with this.
No! You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die. Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never win.
What is this? Your father said you were being attacked.
You're not supposed to talk. Stop looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
Having fun?
Why are you still speaking? Father will hear of this.
Definitely makes you hate the people around here.
The wolf's work, no doubt. But it's not the wolf that's to blame. Someone needs to put an end to this before it happens again.
Guess when a bear has no master, they just have to not get caught or something. They're branded from when they're born. That's the problem. That's what I was trying to say before. That's why they kind of become the way that they are, where they live in servitude and they don't, like, despite having the power of magic, they don't really, they just serve because that's just how they're used to being raised, you know? There's that, like, again, you would have to play part of this game because there are parts where it's like, there's one scene where they were talking about how, like a mom gave birth to a bear and it became branded and she gave him away and she very much wanted to get rid of him just for the fact that he was a bear. And like her other kid, which is like, that person wasn't my brother, right? It's like, no, it wasn't your brother, but it was his brother. You know? That's how much they look down on him, on bearers.
Frighten my son. You slaughter his poor pet, and then have the gall to return, head held high. That wolf was trained. Better trained by far than your worthless kind. You are the entertainment, nothing more. And we are most certainly not entertained.
Nor am I. You'll pay for what you've done.
See? I told you, he talks too much. It's not right. I don't like him, Father.
You're not the branded I bought, are you? How dare you deceive me? Well, the sins of the slave are the sins of the master. Go! Summon the unlucky wretch you answer to.
What should I say? That wretch would be the dame, or that wretch would be me. I mean, I would love to say that wretch would be me. Because, you know, I probably means I can kick his ass. Yeah, I know, Gary, I know that's how you would answer it. But then one would be just be like, See, the thing is that the way that they are, they would actually be probably more afraid of being the dame, yeah. You couldn't ruin her reputation, though. That's the thing. Because if you were the sun and moon, like, she is pretty much like the quote-unquote, like, the person who rules that town, so anyone who knows her would not want to mess with her. That's the thing. But I agree with you. Yeah.
That unlucky wretch would be me. I'm my own master. I'm beholden to no one. And I take orders from no one.
Lies! Do you think I cannot see that brand on your face?
Shut your mouth and listen. Those bearers you killed, they were people. They felt fear and pain, just as you do. And unless you wish to share in their suffering, you would do well to remember we are not your playthings.
Father, he's scaring me.
How dare you threaten us? How dare you?
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger one, a better one.
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another. With jaws powerful enough to nip this branded's head clean off his shoulders.
Why can't we just fight? But see, that's the thing. Like, I figured it would escalate that way, where nothing would really do anything.
I'm wasting my time. But I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. They deserve a proper burial.
Ah, see?
That
We're
much
gonna...
I can do at least.
We go bury them, and he's gonna come back with,
How many bearers have lost their lives to this?
He's gonna come back with a bigger wolf. Yeah, you would have, but, you know, it's a story. Oh, whoops.
All victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
The Dame. I'm in her service, like yourself. Never gets any easier, burying the dead.
Is that what you're here to do?
The mistress has me see to it that none are left to the crows. Since you're here, can you give me a hand?
Gladly. Let's put them to rest.
May their burden finally be lifted. I take it you slew the nobleman's pet?
I did. Now I expect they'll find another soon enough. And when it gets here, more bearers will die. How can they think so little of sending us to the slaughter?
Simple. Because you are not them. Bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. And if one breaks, well, you can always buy another. Still, such attitudes don't always go unpunished.
Oh, it might be different.
Is this your doing?
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into your home, he's gonna tear your throat out eventually.
That makes sense.
Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. What will folk do when they bite back, I wonder? The realm's less two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss. Here. For their help.
You don't have to.
Take it. You never know. Our paths may cross again. Till then.
Yeah. Well, he's not wrong, you know? And that's why you didn't really have to bother with kicking their asses. That made sense too. I was just like, I thought they were just gonna come back with the bigger one. It's like, well, you know, they're buying wolves. Like, huh, sharp fang. Huh, interesting. Look, blood. That makes sense though. You try to buy a wolf, and yeah, they wolves aren't exactly always all like trained.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Alright, let's see here.
Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarrelling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Yeah. That's why I was also talking about with Chaos, where it's like, yeah, like, the seal is for the current town you're in almost, not so much for the next one over.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon.
You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
What's this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant. What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful, I mean, most helpful.
Guy killed her, man.
You are fortunate to have fallen into the dame's good graces, but her influence wanes the further you stray from Northreach. Remember that, my wayward lamb.
It smells of death here, Torgal.
Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village.
It's over.
bodies. A man and a woman. Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry.
Diary?
So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. You said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's going to find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Ah, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
Did I even come back from the same exit?
Weren't expecting any new branded until the
If it was a message that needed delivering,
No, it wasn't. Because I think they said that the comb that she got from the dame also wasn't an expensive one, or just one that meant a lot to her. That's what the other girl was saying. And then the guy that was trying to sell her old comb, the trader said that it's not worth anything, and then bought a new inexpensive comb. So that's two not expensive combs.
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then? I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Weathered comb. The guy said, yeah. Well, the idea was that he was trying to steal the old comb because he thought it was from another guy to buy her a new comb. But I don't know whether that means that he was hoping that they would get married, but I don't think that was trying to say like combs are like an engagement ring of anything. Just more like replacing with his own and then asking, you know, for a proposal type of deal. We don't really know whether engagement rings are a thing in this world.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
Close to level up, but not quite.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Or to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Well, it's probably still better than leaving it to, you know, rot. Where her body isn't. Since they're delivering her body back and all that.
Weren't expecting any new brand.
Alright, I am gonna save. Because holy crap, my eyes are super heavy. And I know that it's gonna be a big story thing once I go meet with Sid and Jill. So I'm gonna see who I can raid right now. Let's see here. At least I have to get up early in the morning. Who do I... Let's see. Mosh. Mosh is up. Playing only up. I don't remember if I've ever raided Mosh Goddess. But currently playing only up right now, so we're gonna give her a raid. So yeah, want to give thanks to everyone who was hanging out. Chaos, Michaela, Keo, Gary, and also Meep for the raid and everyone that came with her. And I think the next time I'm gonna stream will be Sunday. I won't stream tomorrow because I got to set up for the game swap, and then Saturday will be the actual game swap at a city 2 hours away. Try to make sure I spelled this right here. But Sunday, I should be off early at work unless we have some kind of dinner. But even then, I should at least be back for stream. Yeah, and there'll be more Final Fantasy 16. Again, thanks everyone for stopping by and hanging out. Make sure to, I have no raid message, I'm sorry. Make sure we all say hi to Mosh guys before I head to bed. Have a good night, everyone.